Alright, let's try this again. I'm Drugge, obviously part of the Drugge Trio channel. We kind of broke up as a team, but I'm on a team with my brother still, and our friend Alex, who's also part of the team, was part of the team, is kind of on his own till we can get him on his feet. But this new deck, I was watching a couple guys play on DN, and I had the idea for this deck, and I just kind of started looking at cards and decided on a final cut of it. I'm still kind of working on how I want to interchange the side and stuff, but I'm not too worried about it right now because I don't even have the side completed. I'm almost done with the main deck. I just need 8 cards, which are kind of really expensive besides like 2 of them, and then I need to work on getting like 10 more cards for the side deck. So, as it stands, here's what I have so far. This is the new drugge.deck. It's going to consist of 3 duality. Pretty obvious. I kind of use it, I combine it with Summoner Monk, just so I can summon out other things and exceed and all that stuff that I can synchro. And you know, it's a really useful card in this deck. It makes it really consistent. 2 gold Sark. I use it to either get my Blackluster Soldier, or I use it to gold Sark something I don't want to draw into at that point in time. 2 MST and 1 Pot of Avarice, and you know, basic staples: Reborn, Heavy, Book, and Dark Hole. And that's 12 spells. For traps, you're going to sit at 2 Mind Crush, 2 Solemn Warning, 1 Solemn Judgment, 2 Call of the Haunted, 1 Starlight. I'm kind of iffy on this, but it's really good against like Mirror Force, Dark Hole, Torrential, and all that. Sometimes I never get a chance to use it, but most of the time, you know, it kind of just sits there till it's needed, and it has put in work for me before, so I'm not complaining. Mirror Force, and then Trap Dust Shoot. On DN, I cannot tell you how many times I've opened Dust Shoot and double Mind Crush, and I've Dust Shooted one of their monsters back to their deck to find out that they have 3 copies of 1 card in their hand. So I Mind Crush those, and then Mind Crush something else that I don't like in their hand. And I'm just like, they pretty much, they scoop after that, so it's really consistent. That was 10 traps, so you're sitting at 22 cards right now. And then obviously these are all proxied. You know, you guys have seen our trade binder videos. They're not that great, but we're gonna sit at 3 Tour Guide. Even with its new reruling, it has put in a lot of work with this deck. The goal of it was pretty much just to get out Leviair and Leviathan, but it's put in a lot of work with this deck. Even when Valor summoned, it's still been able to put in work. You're also going to have 3 Tengu, for obvious reasons. Then you're going to have Summoner Monk. This allows me to bring out any one of my level 4s, which are a lot of them. And then either I could go Stardust, Scrap Dragon, Utopia, Roach, any of that stuff really, but it just makes the deck really consistent. And then 2 Sacred Crane. This is what I was talking about with the dualities. I could summon like Summoner Monk, and then if I don't want a duality at all, I ditch duality for Summoner Monk and bring out Sacred Crane, and I get another draw for the turn. So it helps make the deck really consistent. It helps thin out the deck, and it helps me draw in the things that I need at that point in time. Other monsters you're going to have in there are 2 Gold Sacks of the Nordic Beast. This is a really good card because sometimes when I don't have monsters or I'm going up against plant, variant, whatever, they will synchro summon first turn and I'm going second, so I can just gold fax with a special summon due to its effect, then summon Summoner Monk or something, or Tango or something, and then if I do Summoner Monk, I can bring out freaking Sacred Crane, and then synchro summon with my, or most likely I'd bring out Tengu, and then I'd synchro summon into Scrap Dragon with Gold Fax and my Tengu, or Gold Fax and, yeah, Tengu. Bring out my other Tengu and Scrap Dragon, and then use Scrap Dragon's effect on Tengu to destroy their synchro monster, and continue on, and I've already gotten field advantage first turn. But then you're going to have Thunder King Ryo. I really haven't had a problem with this conflicting with duality or anything, because it's just my deck special summons, and if I'm not physically using duality, I'm pitching it for Summoner Monk, so Thunder King really doesn't have a downside for me as for adding cards to my hand, because I really don't do it, besides Gold Sark, which I can do with Thunder King. So then you're gonna have 2 Effect Veiler, which definitely puts in a lot of work. You can remove this in a dark for Chaos Sorcerer or Blackluster Soldier, and summon Leviair, and then bring this back with Tengu on field, go into Cataster, and then get your Tengu, a Cataster, and a Blackluster Soldier Chaos in 1 turn. And then it's just, people tend to scoop when I pull that off on them. As for other monsters, you're going to have Sangan. Sorry, I'm going to pull it again real fast. I'm just going to find my extra deck so I can read it off to you guys, because I don't have all of it yet. The other 3 monsters you're gonna have in here are sitting at Gores, which I've debated trading this out or a couple other cards for a dad, but I like it. It's put in a lot of work with this deck. And then you're gonna have 1 Chaos Sorcerer. I was debating bumping this up to 2, finding a way to bump it up to 2 or not, but it's been really consistent at 1, so I'm not complaining about it yet. And Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, obviously. This deck is just, it's really consistent with the cards I have in it. And then I can show you what I have of the extra deck already. I have Ancient Fairy in here, just so I can use her ability to special summon Sacred Crane and get a draw off of it. And then I have Stardust Dragon, 2 Leviathan, and Utopia. So that's what I have monster wise. And then the rest of my extra deck will be Cataster, Ancient Sacred Wyvern, Black Rose, Bryonic, Scrap Dragon, Trishula, 2 Leviair, another Utopia, and a Steel Swarm Roach. So far, like I said, I've only lost with it 5 times so far, and it's just been really consistent. So that's my new deck, and yeah.